welcome to another edition of Genius Stone Dialogs. I'm Alan Hutner, your host, and across from me, Paul David Walker. He is the founder and CEO of Genius Stone Partners, of which I am a part of.
Yes.
A parting partner,
yes.
or a part of the partnership.
That's right.
Paul is an author, he's a poet, and he's a coach to executives and CEOs of various size companies. His book, Unleashing Genius, and subtitled Leading Yourself to Teams and Corporations, is part of his writings. He loves to write. Mm-hmm. It's what brought us together, and it's a lot about what we're presenting to the business community in terms of how to be successful. And I might bring in today's conversation is about collaborative networks of leaders as being essential for success.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to throw it to you.
Just as our collaboration in these interviews is essential to creating a nice piece of communication for the audience and for the people listening. Yeah. You know, I find interviewing with you is inspiring. You bring things out of me that I may not have thought of otherwise. And the fact that you come from the financial world, you're a financial executive in your earlier life, and you went off to learn about life, went to retreats, worked with some great masters, makes you uniquely qualified to be part of the Genius Stone team, because we're all about wisdom, wealth, and well-being. You can't separate them.
I like that. Wisdom, wealth, and well-being.
That's right.
That's what we're propagating.
That's right.
Okay.
Doing them all together.
All right. Speak about what you mean by collaborative networks of leaders. And, you know, we know what networking is in general, but how are you bringing them together?
Okay. So in general, as we said earlier, the world is getting very complex. In order to solve complex problems, as well as raising to a level of genius in the way we solve them, we need a lot of input. We need to get input from different people, from different walks of life, from different areas of expertise. Genius Stone brings experts in all aspects of business and life who have been called geniuses, which they get very embarrassed about. We bring them together to solve the problems of our companies. Collaborative networks are the answer to the complexity that we face. Can't do it without collaboration.
Yeah. How do you integrate that into a company that maybe is having a problem with collaboration? How do you get a group of people on the same team? I'm kind of leading to a clue here. Is it about if their genius is unleashed, then some of what we talked about earlier, their personality, their persona things that sometimes create separation and make it difficult to collaborate fall away.
Right.
And the genius is beyond persona.
Well, yeah, it's a couple of things. Collaboration can become a committee, right? Mm-hmm. And in politics, that's how you kill something. You put it into committee. So people have struggled with collaboration because it usually ends up in no decisions. And earlier we talked about our fast break approach. So collaboration has to be fast and instant. You know, a team has to trust one another and trust the genius of each of the team members. We all have a genius. Our teams bring that genius to the surface, and then everyone on the team knows what, let's say, Alan is good at. Everyone knows what Paul is good at. And we, like a basketball team in the fast break, we know who to pass to when. We know it spontaneously. We know how to do it. It's almost intuitive. But it takes a little while to get to the level of understanding to work at a level of genius. And those two things combined with multiple expertise that's needed for a company. Mm-hmm. Even a medium-sized company needs expertise from all over the world, different expertise at different times. It's no longer effective to have all that expertise on one team. The overhead is huge. But to have access to that in a network like the Genius Stone network is invaluable.
That's a very good point, because as we've talked about conceptually and how the company is evolving and developing Genius Stone Partners, only people are called into play that are needed for a particular area of a problem or resolution.
Yeah.
And we're finding our places with each other.
Like we have one company that the key now, they want to raise $10 million for product launch. Well, they don't have their product launch altogether worked out. So we're bringing in our Genius Stone product launch expert. Mm-hmm. He's a genius at it. In a very short time, he can set them up to launch effectively and fast.
Yeah.
And then he's off the payroll. You don't have to hire him. No, you have to pay us. But the return on getting your product launch rapidly before the competition is millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah. I'll give another example. Something we've been talking about as communications and media people, mm-hmm. to improve the communication so that there's collaboration in the network by disseminating information via radio, television, podcasting, entertaining, mm-hmm. and happy stuff. Speaking of happiness, we're going to
do happiness next time.
Any closing thoughts?
Well, I think that collaboration is becoming the call of the day. Social networking, internet, the world is a global forum, and we need to collaborate globally. And that's one of the purposes of Genius Stone. That last word is worldwide. And that's what we're going to bring to your company. We're going to bring a global collaboration to your business.
All right. And next time we will get into happiness and how that relates to success and genius, and also seriousness.
Yes.
It's not a star system.